Okay, so I'm back. So that is the 30 minutes speaking. And you wonder why not doing the 10 minutes speaking first, right? Actually, because I don't have time. I used to have a decision of playing games at 1 o'clock. I mean, 2 o'clock. But when I went here and then I thought that, okay, so I'm gonna watch some YouTube video. And to the time I watch it, I watched for about maybe 2 hours and a half. For that time, not I went to Facebook for doing some kind of stuff. Then I go here. So that was a really good news for me. That was a really good news for me because I've made a promise with me that okay, so I'm not gonna play games. I'm not gonna read comic. I want to watch films and more. And then I did it. Actually, I did it. So I'm really happy for my decision. And but I think that okay, so this time for me to change. I have to change. I have to change. Otherwise, or I'm gonna fail. I can master the feeling of playing games. So tonight is sleep early. Tomorrow wake up early. And I'm gonna keep this habit for 21 days, and I can eat it. I can grow my tree inside my brain for doing that. I'm gonna make it a habit. And so now I'm gonna have a 30 minutes speaking, but I'm gonna focus on the first 1 minute of the video that I've mentioned before. So let's get started with the first 1 minute of the video. All right, so this is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there's come a time when you must act. Actually, I should put it slower for me to do it because this is not a 10 minute speaking. This is just a 30 minute speaking, so I can put it slower. So it's gonna be better for me to have a practice. Dreaming is good. Having ball is good. But sooner or later, oh, I forgot that. But I'm gonna go to here and have a Google Meet for this one. I think that Google Meet is a pretty good idea for me to check my pronunciation, to check my pronunciation. So I'm gonna go to Google Meet for those kind of stuff. But I still wonder why it is still slow in here. I have no idea what's going on, but I don't really care what I can run, so it's good. But if I can't, that's good. I don't really care about that for this kind of stuff. But if I can run, so I'm gonna be really happy about that. But I can't. I don't really care much about that. All right. So it's gonna be really good for me right now. Make it smaller. Put it like this. All right, it's perfect. And I'm gonna have put it in here like this one. All right. There's come a time when you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. One of the worst phrases we've ever created was "you gotta see it to believe it." It's a phrase created by cynical people with small mind that have not got any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine what the world would be if everyone believed that this is true? We'd have no cars, no plans, no light in the dark. We'd never have computers or mobile phones. We'd never climb mountains, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe this rubbish. Nothing can be achieved, conceived until it is first believed. You got to understand that at some point, life is gonna throw you in the corner. There's no getting around that. process that back to the beginning. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there comes time you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. One of the worst phrases that we've ever created was "you gotta see it to believe it." It's a phrase created by cynical people mind that have not got hope that things can get better. Can you imagine what the world would be if everyone believed that this was true? Would have no cars, no planes, no light in the dark. Would never have computers or mobile phones. Would never climb mountains, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe this rubbish. Nothing can be achieved, conceived until it first is believed. You've got to understand that at some point life is going to throw you a curveball. There's no getting around that. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning, but I'm gonna change the speed to faster. Stop it, bro. I'm gonna change the speed to 1. To normal. Alright. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there's come a time when you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. What a worst phrases we've correct have you seen to me? Right, I see people with more mind. They have hope, they think get better. Can you imagine that that is what you what will cost? No longer there. Never have computers or mobile. Never go to the moon. And this is true. Nothing can be achieved. Just the first lift. You got at some point last time, always no getting up. Alright? Dreaming is having God's skill. Sooner or later, when you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. What a worst phrase that the perfect created was you gotta see it to believe it. It's a phrase created by cynical people with small minds that have not got any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine that what the world would be like if everyone believed that this was true? We'd have home, no cars, no planes, no light in the dark. We'd never have computers or mobile phones. We'd never climb mountains, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe this rubbish. Nothing can be achieved until we first believe. You got to understand that at some point, life is going to throw you a curveball. There's no getting around that. Alright, just get it back to it and do it again. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there's come a time when you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. One of the worst phrases that Gregory created was you gotta see it to believe it. It's a phrase created by cynical people with small minds that have not got any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine what it would be like if everyone believed that it was true? We have no cars, no planes, no light in the dark. We'd never have computers or never break the moon. It's this rubbish. Nothing can be achieved except if it first believed. You got to understand that at some point, life is going to throw you in a curveball. There's no getting around that. Alright, just better again until I can improve it. Dreaming is good. Having goal is good. But sooner or later, there's come a time where you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. What the first phrases good break created because you're going to see it to believe it. It's a phrase created by cynical people with small mind that not any hope. Cynical people. Would be like if everyone believed that it was true. We have no cars, no planes, no light in the dark. We'd never have computers or mobile phones. We'd never climb commuters, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe this rubbish. Nothing can be achieved until first it's believed. You got to understand that at some point life we're going to throw you a curveball. There's no getting around that. Alright, again. Do it again until I can say that I can improve myself a lot. Dreaming is good. Having goal is good. But sooner or later, there's come a time where you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. Alright, so this one is gonna be sentence by sentence. It's gonna be better. Right. Dreaming is good. Dreaming is good. Having goal is good. Goals. Dreaming is good. Having goal is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. Alright. Dreaming is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later. But sooner or later. Good. Having goal is good. But sooner or later. But sooner or later. But sooner or later. There comes a time. Having goal is good. Having goals is good. Having goal is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there comes a time. But sooner or later, there comes a time. But sooner or later, there comes the time. There comes a time. There comes. There comes. There comes a time. There comes a time where you must act. Your mouth is not a tool. Your mouth is not a tool. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. One of the worst phrases. One of the worst phrases that we've ever created. One of the worst phrases. One of the worst phrases that. One of the worst phrases we've. One of the worst phrases we've ever created. One of the worst phrases we've ever created. Was you gotta see it to believe it. It's a phrase created by cynical people with small mind Like have any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine um, what what the world would be like if everyone believed that this was true? We would have no cars. We'd have no cars. We'd have no cars. We'd have no cars. No planes. We'd have no cars. If everyone believed that this was true, that this was that what? That it was that that this was true. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone believed that it was true? That it was true. That this was true. That this was true. This was true. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone believed that this was true? This was true. This was true. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone believed that this was true? That this was true? We'd have no cars. 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 No plans. No light in the dark. We'd never. We'd never. We'd never. We'd never. We'd never have computers or mobile phones. We'd never climb mountains, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe these rumors. Nothing can be achieved, conceived until it first believed. Nothing can be achieved, conceived until it first believed. Until it first believed. It's until nothing can be achieved, conceived until it's first believed. It's nothing can be achieved, conceived until it's first believed. You've got to understand. You've got to understand that at some point, you've got to understand that at some point, life is gonna throw you a curveball. There's no getting around that. Okay, so it's better now. Dreaming is good. Having goals is good. But sooner or later, there comes a time where you must act. Your mouth is not a tool for distributing excuses. What a worst phrase we've ever created was, you're gonna see it to believe it. It's a phrase created by cynical people with small minds that would have not got any hope that things can get better. Can you imagine what the world would be like if everyone believed that it was true? We'd have no cars, no planes, no light in the dark. We'd never have computers or mobile phones. We'd never climb mountains, break records, or go to the moon. I used to believe these rumors. Nothing can be achieved, conceived until it's first believed. You got to understand that at some point, life is going to throw you a curveball. There's no getting around that. So it was really good for me though. Like when I read it, I can realize that how bad it was at the beginning from now. but I'm gonna try my best. But this to be the end of this video. Like I'm gonna spend the last 10 minutes for just talking about whatever I want. So it's gonna be better for me to have a better idea of what I'm gonna talk about and and checking my pronunciation while I'm talking with this caption because it's gonna be better for me to talking or checking the pronunciation if I pronounce it correctly or not. And yeah, it's really good for me to have this pro- this pro- this practice for me to just look back and see where's my mistake and how can I fix it, how can I improve myself, how can I make an improvement for me of today. And that was really good and awesome for me that I can realize how bad I was in the past and what can I do to and what can I do today and what can I do now in order to improve myself in order to make my skills go to the another level. And that was a really good idea, a really good moment or decision that I can make for myself. I can go through it, and I really and I'm really proud of myself about this one. Like I can go through all of the challenges that I've created for myself. So I have to be thankful of myself for going through all of them, and so this was a pretty good thing that I can go through. Although I can go through the reading comics, playing games or watching films, but I still have the two things left, which is watching YouTube video and surfing Facebook. The reason why I am so excited in watching the YouTube video that it is the YouTube have created for me some of the cool stuff. I can say that the videos they can touch my heart, some heartwarming video, like some heartwarming video. Hurt, hurt. Oh, hurt and hurt. How can I pronounce it? I have to check it right now. Oxford Dictionary. So the first one is gonna be hurt, heart, 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 heart. Hot, hot, hot. This really hurt. Hurt, hurt. It's really hurt. It's really hurt. It's really hurt for myself. It's really hurt for myself. Uh, that is the heartwarming video. Heartwarming video. So I watched some heartwarming video. And it's really hurt me in my heart. And it hurt me in my heart. And it hurt me in my heart. Heart, heart, and it hurt me in my heart. Oh, so that's really awesome that I can go through this challenge, and I was really proud. And I'm really proud of myself for the pen, for the word pen and a pen. Like when I put the pen inside my mouth. When I put the pen inside my mouth, I can feel when I put the pen inside my mouth. When I put the pen inside my mouth, I can feel the pen when I'm talking. When I'm talking, so that was really bad idea. I don't want it. I don't want it can happen again. for any time. When I put the pen inside my mouth, I can feel the pen while I'm talking. I passed it, but it takes a couple of times for me to go through it. It's not like, okay, so this is the first time we're doing this one, and I'm going to do it good enough. It's not. I have to do it for several times, and in this case, I have to do it again for around 3 to 4, maybe 5 times for me to have a correct answer for myself. And for the heartwarming video, it hurts me a lot in my heart. For the heartwarming video, it hurts me a lot in my heart. And for the heartwarming video, it hurts me a lot. For the heartwarming video, it hurts me a lot in my heart. Okay, so that was a really good thing that I can do to improve my pronunciation of speaking. And I really proud of I feel proud of myself that I can go through this challenge in two times of trying it. I was really I'm really proud of myself right now. At the beginning I can't do this stuff or those kind of stuff. Like I found it was pretty hard for me to focus on the pronunciation or checking the pronunciation, but now I can easily go through the challenges that I have set for myself. But at the beginning, that was a demon, an evil that I can't go through, the thing that can stop me, the wall that I cannot break through. But now I can do it easily and it can go through. That was a really good idea. For the Facebook, what is the reason why I still surfing the Facebook? Because I want to develop and make it a place for me to advertise my YouTube channel. And for why I'm still playing games, that's the reason why I'm making excuses. But it's not an actual excuse that I'm making the video for future when I fix my editing app, my editing app, and I can use it for editing video. But now I can't fix it. It's not like I can, but I can do it. But it's gonna take time, and because it's gonna take time, so I have to try a lot. I have to wait. I have to be I have to wait and have to be patient in order to have a better idea what am I doing right now. So for now, I hope that you can understand for me, and this will be the end of this will be the end of this video for today. That I have tried a lot to be perfect, but anyway, I hope that you guys can understand the things that I've gone through, and then understand for me, like, okay, so this is the best that I can do in order to be the perfect person. But you can't always think that you're not perfect, and you have to be perfect. It's not like that. But if you have a thinking, you can improve yourself a lot. But you have the thinking, but you have the another thinking about that. Like, you have to enjoy the present, and then go to the future. Like if you don't enjoy the present, so you can't achieve your goals in the future. Right? If you can achieve it, you're not gonna feel happy. Like the happy is around you right now. You don't feel happy. You think that you're sad, and you're seeking for happiness.